Hey folks, first things first, I just adjusted the latency from the microphone to the camera. So how's the audio? Are my lips synced up? Let me know. And if this works, then I'll keep this setting on, but if it's not very good, then let me know. The problem is you use this microphone, which goes in through a preamp into the computer, but then this cam link thing doesn't work. So, let's show you here. So this camera here there's a cam link back there, and yeah, it doesn't work. Sounds great, people say. Well, that's good. Which camera's better? This one? This one? Sounds great. Audio is fine. Synced from YouTube. Nice. People are already hanging out. Good to see you all. Yeah, we can do whatever we want during this time. We can, yeah, what do we want to chat about? Hey, Johnny, good to see you. I gave a few folks my Skype info, and if some folks want to call in, we can do that. But yeah, I'm kind of down for whatever we'd like to do. One thing I thought we could do. Hey, David, how's it going? Good to see you. One thing we could start off by doing is I could do some more of those landing page teardowns. There was a bunch of those that we didn't get to the other day. Let's just see here. There's some here in on Twitter, and then on Mega Maker there was some as well. Let me see if I can find that thread, and then we can do that. Oh man, finding stuff. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so we got some of these here too. But yeah, if you had, should we start by doing that? Maybe some landing page teardowns. And as this progresses, I can hang out for, I don't know, I can hang out for a bit. I can hang out for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever. Hey, Sid, good to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, let's start by doing some landing page teardowns. So let's switch my view here. Oh yeah, you wanted me to do the new site sauce one, hey? Okay. Is it the same URL, Miguel, or has it changed? Let me know. Let's start with Mailbrew. Let's see what this one looks like. All right. And why don't we try using Modern Dot as well? So Command Option C will open up DevTools. I think I need to refresh this. Okay, and let's call this Mailbrew. What? Mailbrew. Start recording. Let's see if it. Oh, there we go. All right, so now we can make some edits on this and should track all of them. Hey, Nuno, how's it going? Hi, Sven. Good to see ya. Audio looks synced. That's good. All right, so automate emails on things you love. Create automated emails from multiple sources and cure your feed's addiction. And then you've got some faces down here I recognize. The best way to follow your favorite topics. Pick your favorite sources and create beautiful automated newsletters about interesting long reads. Okay, so I'm getting a sense of what this is. I think I've heard of this before, so this helps me contextualize it. I think, again, I'm going to give the same advice to, who was this? To Francesco, as I had given to some other folks, which is to think, how would people find this on a search engine? And I'm just thinking off the top of my head, email digest of the best tweets. And the whatever's showing up here might be something in the order of what you'd want for your headline, right? And it looks like it does Twitter and Reddit and other things, and so that's going to be your problem, is that you're not just focused on one thing. And so, like, who's searching for email digest for Reddit? What else is this? Email digest. It sounds like if there's a feed, you can add it. But yeah, the challenge is you're going to want to basically help people understand right away, what is this, as soon as they land on the page. Femi, I'm doing, I thought I'd start with a landing page teardown. This is what Francesco asked me to look at. So I'm landing page teardown is I just review the landing page, maybe make some suggestions, and try to improve it in some way, or at least give my honest feedback. So automated, I mean, one thing I would maybe try is email digests for the things you love. The tricky part is you've got to think, how would people be finding this on social? Because, I mean, not social, on search engines. Right now, you've got a pretty powerful social media, people are sharing it on social. Hey, Venny, good to see you. We're just doing a landing page teardown right now. Maybe I need a landing page teardown graphic or something, right? I'll just put right now, landing page teardown of Mail Brew. I'll add this to the screen here. So email digests for the things you love. That might be a good way to put it. Create automated newsletters from, instead of multiple sources, I would start listing them here from Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Hacker News, and cure your feed's addiction. Yeah, this does look like a cool idea. And again, the benefit is I've heard people talking about this already. I should actually take my email window out of the back there. I could probably hide everything, right? There we go. So create automated newsletters from Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Hacker News, and cure your feed's addiction. And part of this is we've got the H1 here. Search engines look at that. And then right underneath that, your first paragraph, search engines pay a lot of attention to that. So if you can get some keywords in there, like Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, Hacker News, I think that would be beneficial. The best way to follow your favorite topics. Pick your favorite sources and create beautiful automated newsletters about programming tips. I think that's pretty clear. I like that you have a screenshot of the tool. I'm not sure if this is the interface here. I'm guessing this is like how you add, different feeds, different sources. Create your first brew with our free trial, no credit card required. This section gives you a lot of credibility. You've got DHH, you've got Pat Walls, David Sparks, Manuel Friguero. That's very helpful. Stay on top of everything. Pick and customize our sources to get the content you need without having to check multiple websites every day. And so so these are examples of newsletters, I'm guessing. If these are example newsletters, I would put that here. Sample email digests. Because I wasn't exactly sure what I'm looking at here, and certainly one of the questions a visitor has on a page like this is, what does this look like, right? So if you can give them some samples, this looks like samples. I think that's what you're trying to communicate. Sometimes you can just be super blunt. Sample email digests and tell people what you're showing them here. Create your first brew. It's like having a personal assistant. The best content on your favorite topics. No more scrolling every day. By the way, one thing I've been experimenting with lately is just removing these sections. A lot of landing pages have these. And so we fit in the content in these blocks because it's in the template. Sometimes it's nice to just like delete these and see how it feels. Does it feel fine without it? And to me, it's fine without it. You don't need those 3 blocks. It's almost like our minds now are used to seeing those little icons and blocks, and we just ignore them. So feel free to remove stuff from your landing page too. Your information diet. This is good. I think one thing you might, if this is about your information diet, you might want to dive in a little bit more to the anxiety people are feeling around this. You mentioned that up here, Twitter addiction, instead of wasting, you might just say, it's time to cure your addiction to Twitter, Hacker News, YouTube, and Reddit. And just like a comedian, when they tell a joke, they're trying to articulate something that people feel inside of them. This is kind of what you're trying to do here, is articulate something out loud that they're already experiencing and giving them the chance to say, oh, like somebody else is struggling with this, or, oh, this is the solution to the struggle I have inside. Melbrew is taming the fire hose. That is today's information landscape. Reclaim your time. Okay, so it looks like you're actually digging into more of that here. This is a pretty strong section. I think it's still fine to have a section like this up there too, to reiterate the same idea over and over again. And yeah, that overall, this was a great page. I would experiment with a little bit, maybe tweaking this headline, like I said, and the sub headline, but lots of good things on this page here. So let's see if we can finish and publish this. And I will send this to, who asked this question? Just reviewed this live. Here is the link. And these links are cool. If you've never used Mod and Dot before, what these links give you, if you're used to designing in the web browser, these are a great way to do it. So you can see here's the landing page with the changes that I made. Here's the initial screenshot with the initial landing page. And here is the code diff. So everything that I changed is in here so that they can just go in and edit that stuff if they want to. Cool. What should we do now? do you folks want me to do another landing page teardown, or do you want to chat about something else? This hangout is for you folks at home. Haven't had anyone reach out on Skype, but I'm happy to chat with folks on Skype if anyone wants to call in. Any questions, or we could talk a little bit about, today MicroConf announced that they were canceling the conference because of the coronavirus, and lots of conferences have been canceled. So I was going to go to MicroConf. I'd canceled my stuff yesterday. Had already canceled our spring break plans for the family, and I'd also I'm supposed to go to Rage Against the Machine in May in Vancouver. I don't think that's going to happen. And at the end of May, my friend Mike Walker was going to run an event in Vancouver that also looks like it won't happen. So lots of event cancellations, but we still have this. We can interact online even if we're at home. And the internet, there's still lots we can do even when we're in tough times. What was the extension that does that? That is mod and dot. So this right here. Save and share edits to any website. Rapid design and content collaboration tool. You can show your copy edits, share ideas. Yeah, so definitely check this out. I've been using it to, like I said, review pages. It's helpful. Like if I need to work on a project that I don't have access to the source code, I can just edit in the browser and send my changes over in this format here. So let's close some tabs for Miguel Piedrafita. What's going else? Are they doing an online version or just canceling it? No, they've said they're postponing it. So let's see if I can find this. So MicroConf. So so they've decided to postpone the conference. So they're not going to do MicroConf Growth or MicroConf Starter in Minneapolis, and that was supposed to happen in April. So sad, because I love this conference and I love hanging out with the people there, but I also feel like it was the right decision. This is, if we want to, like people are saying, flatten the curve of the epidemic, it's kind of incumbent on all of us to do our part and stay out of, big public gatherings, and help slow down the spread of the virus. So I was happy to see this from the MicroConf crowd. I noticed that Tyler Tringus had done this earlier this week for their founder summit. They've said they've postponed it as well. There's no news yet as to whether there's going to be refunds for MicroConf or anything. Yeah, that Rage Against the Machine conference, I mean cancellation, that one hurts. I was really looking forward to that. My guess is that Rage Against the Machine is going to be canceled. Let's see. There's no news yet, but Oh, what's going on here? So here's the Rage Against the Machine Twitter profile. They've got the tour, but then they're tweeting out this Medium post that's been doing the rounds. By the way, if you haven't read this one yet, it does a really good job of describing the corona outbreak and all the, with a lot of data. So Coachella, that's been postponed, but they're still adding tour dates. So I don't know. I know in Washington they've told people to not have public events, and so that's a big part of the Rage tour. So I'm not sure. Schools aren't closed here yet. I expect we're like spring break starts next week, and so my guess is that there are a lot of cases here in the Okanagan. Currently, we have no confirmed cases. My guess is that schools they'll just extend spring break and they'll keep schools closed. I think I'm going to take my kids out tomorrow, even though there's classes. I might just take them out one day early. But yeah, no cancellations here. What are you using for remote classes, Miguel? Like, what tools are they using? I think I saw like a Google Meet or a Google Hangout or something on your Twitter. Where's Miguel's Twitter? Remote school. Yeah, what's this? This looks like Google Hangouts or something. What kind of math is this? I don't know if I could do this. So we got to solve for x. Is that what how x means? Solve for x? I do not remember how to do this at all. We should just help Miguel with his homework. What's the answer to this? Solve for x. Anyone? Should we do another landing page teardown? Are those helpful? We've got, let's see here. I think I had some more in Mega Maker here. There's people that wanted it done here. Let's see here. Femi, I'm not just letting anybody call in. If you have a way of DMing me, I can I at least want to be able to screen some of the calls. So, but if you have a landing page, feel free to post it in YouTube chat and I can take a look at it. Let's do this one here. This one actually looks pretty good. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Were your ears itching? I was talking about you earlier. Just how a lot of events are being canceled and folks are, having to make new plans. I know Mike is trying to figure out what he's going to do about his event, if he can make it a virtual conference. Oh, Miguel, I found your landing page. Okay, let's look at this because Miguel asked me before. All right, so let's initiate mod and dot here. We will call this site sauce. Oh, we need to refresh this. Let's try that again. Refresh. Let's delete that. Okay, let's try that again. Site sauce. There we go. Perfect. Turn your website static in one click. Oh, I like the headline. Off to a good start with the headline already. Let's just turn design mode on. All right. So, turn your website static in one click. One thing to maybe experiment with, because this is a pretty good headline, but one thing to experiment with is maybe, by the way, is it better if I zoom in for you folks? Is this to, I don't know if I can make it, I don't know if that's any better. One thing to experiment with, make your website static in one click. Just a little tweak, but maybe that's better. I'm not sure. Again, let's start right at the beginning. How are people going to be searching for a solution like this? So if we go to Google, what do you think people will be typing in to find this? How to make my site static. How to make a WordPress site static. So, how to convert your WordPress site to a static website. Create a static. I'm looking at the verbs here, right? The verbs are create, generate, convert, make. WordPress static site generator. So, yeah, there's a few. Oh, let's close some of these here. Let's close some of these. There's a few things you could do here. It could be, well, you've got convert here. Generate a static website with one click. Or, yeah, you've already got convert. So now we're on two lines. I know that's not maybe as nice stylistically, although I'm not sure how wide this gets, but I think generate a static website I like because I see a lot of generate seems to be common when people are searching for this. So generate a static website might be the way to go here. And I mean, maybe we could go a little bit smaller here. What do we got? We got H1. So, what is this? If we make it 4, does that, I mean, it's a little bit, maybe that's too small, but generate a static website with one click. Static Sauce converts your dynamic websites into static sites and keeps them in sync so you can keep your existing workflow while enjoying all the benefits static sites provide. One thing I might recommend here is this is a little bit wordy. It's not bad, but converts dynamic websites like WordPress into static sites and keeps them in sync. And I think I would just end it right there. Nice, clean, simple. Site Sauce converts dynamic websites like WordPress, so you get that right away. If they're searching, a lot of people are going to be searching for how to make my WordPress site static. And so I think it's worth having that right at the top. Start your 7-day trial. How does it work? I like this. Create a site. We crawl it and generate your site in no time. We deploy your site. We send your site to Zeit. They handle the deployment and hosting. We keep your content updated. When your content changes, we trigger a new deployment and the process starts over. Really, I like this section. I might tweak a few things if I had to reread it a few times, but overall, that's pretty good. Nice testimonial here. What's in it for me? Enjoy all the benefits static sites provide while keeping everything else good in the background. Now, you have these little icon boxes I was just talking about that I said, I'm wondering how effective these are now. You know, the difference with yours is you've got these cool animated icons. So I think it's worth keeping because you've got a lot of personality in here. And minimal costs, that's good. Blazing fast loads. I don't know if you can say load times. Blazing fast load times. There's something that I'm kind of tripping over there that I might fix, but yeah. Infinite scaling with static sites, 1,000 concurrent web visits load as fast as a single one. That's good. Unbreakable security. Yep. Always updated. Built for teams. See it in action. And again, I might just make this shorter, go from registration to production in less than 2 minutes. That's good. Open startups, you've had 541 deployments, 87 sites, 20. I like this. This is some more kind of social proof right here. Nice video. Simple, no tricks pricing, $19 per month. Schedule. Does site sauce require regular hosting? That was the one thing I had is if you can deploy it locally, and it looks like you can. So that's really cool. Hey, how's it going, Darian? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. We're just doing a landing page teardown here. Site sauce. Oh, I need to. Where's my? Let's go sitesauce.com. There we go. I'm not sure why, if this is not rendering properly or something. We've got multiple questions here. Looks like there's... well, I guess these are all questions that relate to this section. Yeah, overall, I think this is great. I would... The most important piece of any page is your headline and your sub-headline. And so getting words that people know and understand and help them categorize your product, it helps them put your product in a category they understand, is so important. So generate a static website with one click, I think, is probably a stronger headline. And then having WordPress right in here and simplifying this sub-headline, I think would improve the page. So hopefully that helps. Let's finish and publish this. And I'll send this to you, Miguel. There we go. I just need to go here. And I'll send this link to you. So here's the one that I did for you. And here's your original one right there. Again, this was not a bad headline, but it'd be interesting to experiment with something like this. You might even, I was going to say put easily, but easily is sometimes easily generate static websites, but that's a little bit of a faux pas right now. And I'll send you this code diff as well. So I'll put that probably in the Mega Maker Slack here. There you go. Cool. Yeah. Anything else we should chat about? Anything else going on that people want to talk about? Good to see Darian here now. Happy to do another landing page teardown if those are helpful. Or you can ask me questions about whatever, about what we're working on with Transistor. What can I show you with Transistor? Oh, this is hilarious. All these emails we're getting from companies talking about coronavirus. It's like some of these are not necessary. Been working on a few things with Transistor. I've got this new examples page with all of the different customers, some kind of a feature page for our customers here on Transistor. And this podcast here actually with Alex Ohanian is really good, this Business Dad one. And then we've also got a change log that I've been working on that I got to fix this actually. Maybe I should fix this live. Because these go, why did these go the whole... No underline, hover, text trend yellow. Yeah, maybe we'll fix this. If you folks want to watch me struggle with some live coding in a bit, I'm happy to do that. Cool, yeah. You could probably just DM it to me, or actually, the best thing would be to add it to that Twitter thread where I ask folks what if they have any landing pages they want me to look at. Diego, have you seen any movements towards communities around digital products lately? I'm building a product that's moving toward that, but still not sure if it should be my niche. Are you saying you're building a community for digital product creators? I mean, there is some places already, like Indie Hackers is like that. You got Indie Hackers, you've got Nomad List and all those folks. You've got Work in Progress. You've got Mega Maker. Gotcha. You're looking to build a community platform. Okay. Yeah. I think there could be demand for it. The challenge is that your pool of possible customers is quite small. And so, off the top of my head, I thought of some. They have Indie Hackers, but they built their own. You've got Nomad List, but he built his own. You've got Work in Progress. Where is that? Is it Nomad? How would I find this? It's Mark Kuhlberger's thing. Where is it? Man, I can't even find it. But that's a Telegram group. And then you've got Mega Maker. And I've tried all sorts of platforms. At some point, I think I communicated everything I've tried. Justin Jackson membership site. Where did I talk about this? Yeah, here's the platforms I've tried. Campfire, BuddyPress, which turns WordPress into a social network. BBPress, WordPress forums. P2, another WordPress update-driven platform. Mighty Bell, which is now Mighty Networks, and was now called Mighty Networks, yeah. And now I'm on Discourse plus Memberful plus Slack. And certainly, I mean, I don't love it. There's definitely disadvantages. I know for sure for Mega Maker that we would not move away from Slack, because folks have said repeatedly they're already in Slack all day. It's already there. And to move to something entirely different is just too much friction. My friend teardowns.co. My friend Corbett is building Palapa, which I think if you can get to folks at a if you can get to folks before they choose Slack and all those other things, maybe you have a chance. And I like Palapa a lot, actually. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show you folks what it looks like. I'll log in and I'll show you a little demo. So this right here is Palapa, and it's cool. It has some of that feel of Slack. You've got members here on the left, but it's much more forum. It feels a lot more like forums, but you still have the ability to do DMs and live chat if you want. So he's going after that market of community platforms, but I think it is challenging just because your possible pool of customers is so small, and some of them are already in motion doing their own thing. This is what the MegaMaker forums look like. And so to transition everybody off of MegaMaker onto something else, it took a lot of work for us to even to get these forums going, plus Slack. So we use Slack and forums, and yeah, to make it work with something else, to transition to something else is challenging. Book clubs, yeah, book clubs can be cool. Again, if you want to monetize it, that's a totally different thing. Like your threshold for, if you wanted to do a book club community platform, that's great. But if you're trying to monetize it, I think that's where it gets tricky. And I know because I've tried a lot of these things. I once had a book club for startup founders on a community platform. Yeah, it's a fun project, but it's not necessarily a good business, I don't think. Let's see here. Wow, lots of chat. Sorry. So we've got Compass of Design saying this is the type of product I've been focused on in the last 3 years. Would you be interested in having a transistor community for your customers? We have thought about it. The one I've seen is ConvertKit is using Thrive, I think it's called. Is it thrive.co? Thrive community. No, is it Thrive Forums? What is it? I can't remember the platform that they're using for this. But yeah, this is for their customers. We've thought about it. I know from running MegaMaker for all those years that it is a lot of work to run a community. And so even though I think I've got the experience and I'm pretty good at it, the idea of doing another community for transistor customers is, I don't want to just start something because where's that blog post? I just wrote about this. Maintenance. Almost everything you start or buy or make will need to be maintained. And so I want to be careful about all of that. I have noticed that a lot of what happens in these ConvertKit forums is just more customer support. And so Transistor is already doing live customer support, right? You go to transistor.fm and we've got the speech online chat that you can go to. So we do support in here live. And then we also have this, online knowledge base. And so adding another channel, another place where we have to do support. And again, just seeing ConvertKit's experiment with this, it just looks like there are a ton of support questions in here. And I just don't know if I want to add another support channel. So, yeah. And something like user voice, I've used user voice in the past for some other startups that I've worked for. I don't like the idea of people being able to upvote features. To me, that actually doesn't seem like, I know for some folks that feels like kind of like a data-driven way of deciding what feature to build next. But really, the best way for us to determine what features to build next is to get the feel from all the incoming support requests. And so we don't want to let people vote because there's no way of determining who are these people. Are these dedicated customers that are going to be with us for a long time? Or are these just fly-by-night people that just want something? And so we try to weigh where the request is coming from, how often it happens, but we don't really want to use a tool for that. We just want to kind of feel it kind of bubbling up organically. And so for us, we wouldn't use a tool like that. But I have thought about maybe having some sort of podcasting forum. In the past, I've used Spectrum, which was acquired by GitHub and is unfortunately no longer in development. And so this felt like a pretty good solution for like a public forum that, would be good for Transistor to reach out to people interested in podcasting. I think if we did do some sort of online forums or community, it would be around the topic of podcasting, not necessarily just for our customers. We'd want it to be an acquisition channel. So, yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Anyone else have something they want me to look at or talk about? Do I need to move the camera maybe right here? It's kind of like not centered this whole time. There we go. Again, I think some of you missed it, but this is the setup. My office is actually under construction right now. I've got this light there. But you can see we've got all this stuff, tons of pillows just hanging out. I just got the ceiling painted, and now the walls are going to be painted soon. But yeah, this is like my little hobbit hole in here. And it's definitely under construction right now. Anything else? I know there's a little bit of a delay. Did my audio stay in sync the whole time? Was there any latency between me and like the microphone and the camera? Or is it still good? Minimal distractions. Yeah, exactly. This is at a co-working place that I help run, and I couldn't do all the podcasting and other things I wanted to do in that open room. And so I moved over here into this tiny little space. But now I got the camera ready to go. If I need to record something, I got the microphone here. It's small, but it's perfect. And I can still go across the hall and hang out if I need some human contact. But if I need to be doing some social distancing for coronavirus, this is also a good spot. I'm completely shut off from the world in here. Sweet. Sounds good. I will stay online a bit longer in case anyone has anything else they want me to look at, but otherwise, we can say goodbye for today. Check Twitter quick and see if anything else. Oh, man. Yeah, I was doing some teardowns of websites. If you have one you want me to look at quick, I have time probably for one more. You can just put the URL in. You can try to put it in Periscope there. Sometimes it doesn't allow URLs, but Matthias Agerbo. I could look you up on Twitter too. Matthias Agerbo. There we go. This is you here. Try Smart Plan. All right. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I don't know if I have any. I tried to upgrade my plan for Mod and Dot here. Let's see if I can still do that. What do I have? I've got these. Okay, I'm just going to switch here, see if I can quickly upgrade this. And then, yeah, it looks like I can't upgrade it right now. So I won't be able to give you those fancy diffs of what I was giving other folks. But Matthias, you look awfully familiar. Wait a second. Have we met before? This looks familiar, from Denmark. Yeah. All right, Smart Plan. Let's open up Dev Tools, turn on design mode, and let's get into it. Let's start actually by, I'll just take a screenshot of your page like this. Save that. Actually, maybe I'll do it on this side. We've never met, hey? All right, let's open up DevTools here. Let's close that one. Okay. Create and share your staff rota in minutes. Okay, I'll tell you right now, rota is not a North American word that I'm familiar with. I'm guessing this is schedule. Rota. What is that? What is the, where were you from again? Denmark. But it looks like schedule, right? So I'll start by asking the same question I've said to everyone else, which is, what would people be searching on Google to find your product? Whatever they're typing in, you want some variation of that, or it's a good idea to have some variation of that in your headline. So, staff scheduling software is obviously going to be a big one. Staff scheduling tools. And then down here, you can see searches related. So team scheduling software, employee scheduling app, shift board, Denmark. This is for the UK market. Okay. And again, if that is staff rota software, if that's what you're going after, then maybe that's the right keyword to have in there. Free employee scheduling software. Yeah, and if this is only for the UK market, definitely feel free to keep that in. Ditch Excel, try Smart Plan for free. I would try to use this sub-headline for something else. Ditch Excel, it's not a terrible sub-headline, but Staff scheduling software. Oh, I've got a little bit of writer's block here. Ditch Excel. Create and share your staff rota in minutes. My tendency is I want to say makes it easy, but that's just lazy copywriting. And this might be too strong. I'm not sure. One thing I like about it is that you might capture those folks that are using Excel already. One thing you could do is the professional alternative to using Excel for scheduling, for team scheduling. That might be something to consider for the subheader, because alternative to is something that people search all the time. Alternative to, and then you've got all these right here. Look at these COVID-19 alternative to toilet paper. There are some places that are really struggling right now. Alternative to scheduling software, right? People search that all the time. If you can get some of those keywords in the top of your page, that's going to be better. So create and share your staff rota in minutes. I think you can also learn a lot from the other folks in your industry, and look at the headlines and subheadlines they're using here. There's definitely something about this that is, and that's something you don't have is software, right? So you might want to have a headline that has the word software there. But I can't think of a way to do that right this second. So let's just keep going here. I like that you have a picture of the product right away here. There's this tendency to use, those illustrations we've seen everywhere. I think we had one of these the other day. Where was it? One of these, I think it was, no, it wasn't this one, but you want to have, showing the product is a great thing to do right off the bat. Good work. You can see there's a mobile app. You can see there's a web app. I love it. Plan smarter, go anywhere, keep track of time. I've said in previous teardowns that I'm actually not becoming a fan of these little boxes because I feel like people ignore them. Are these clickable? If they're clickable, that might be worth doing because then you're highlighting the feature that goes with this. I think instead of these short little go anywhere, which doesn't describe what you're actually talking about, you can say use on your phone, tablet, or computer. I think it's better to be explicit than to be fancy. So on your phone, tablet, or computer. Keep track of time. Again, maybe a little bit too general. Where does this actually go? Salary. So if this is about tracking if this is about tracking, you could say track employee hours and salary. And if you want to shorten it, you can do that. Whoops. Yeah, I think it's better to be explicit than like plan smarter. Here I would put create employee schedules or something to that effect. Create your online staff rota in minutes. Try Smart Plan for free. So you've got this here. And then Mike's saying you might need a header above those boxes so they look more like CTAs. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. You could have some sort of headline here. Let's see what we got here. What was this? This is the H1. This is a div. And what's this down here? This is, I don't know if I can put it under here. We could try. I don't know if H2 would work here. What are we going to call this? Employee scheduling software. That's just a placeholder for now. Oh yeah, see, this is, I need, almost need, I don't want to fool around with this too much, but anyway, I don't think we need to put it there right now, but some sort of headline there might be a good idea. Smart Plan is a perfect match for your business. It's easy to switch, whether you're using scheduling software, Excel, or even a pen. By the way, don't be afraid to mention some common competitors. ScheduleX, like if people are looking for alternatives to ScheduleX, then and you've got an easy way to import from ScheduleX, feel free to put it right in there because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for that kind of solution. It just works. Again, I'm not a big fan of I'm not a fan of these little kind of it's not trite. What's the word I'm looking for? What does trite mean? Overused and consequently. Yeah, I guess it is trite. These little trite, it just works. I would say, think of a more descriptive headline there. Even simple. You could even say more user-friendly than Excel. Something that shows, if I'm struggling with Excel, I want something in here that I'm going to resonate with. Take care of your bottom line. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can appropriately compare yourself to competitors. You'll notice that Webflow does this. Webflow alternatives. So they've got, where is it? Or maybe they do Webflow versus. Webflow versus, let's see. Webflow versus WordPress. Webflow versus Squarespace. Right? Looking for an alternative to WordPress? Meet Webflow. You're trying to meet people where they're at. So if they're looking for an alternative to WordPress or Squarespace, you want to give them the ability to compare those two things, right? And I think Webflow does it quite tastefully. Podia does this as well. So they do a Kajabi alternative that's actually affordable, and then they compare them. again, you're not trying to bash anybody, but if people are looking for an alternative, yeah, I think it's fair to mention that. In this case, it's actually even better, though, because if you have an easy way to migrate from a competitor, then that just becomes a feature. So you don't even have to compare yourself as much as say, hey, if you're on Schedule X, we can import your data. Create and share your staff rota in minutes, the professional alternative to using Excel for team scheduling. Just trying to think if there's a better way of writing this. I do like these idea of create and share. Those are action verbs. They kind of drive the action forward. So overall, this isn't bad. The only thing I'm kind of chewing on is we don't have the word software in there. We don't have, and that would be good because so many people, when they're searching for this, are looking for software. That's one of the keywords. So I might, if I had time to kind of chew on this, I would think of a way to get the word software in there. But lots to like. This very nice and simple. Maybe you could have another headline here, and but overall it's nice and simple. So I think you're on the right. The other thing you don't really have is testimonials and what companies are using it already. That would be a nice addition here, just to give it some proof. Like, okay, why should I trust you? Oh, well, this company's using it. This person had a good experience with it. Getting real testimonials or company logos on the website does help. Okay, so I'll take a shot of this and try to somehow send this to you. Can I just do that in Twitter DM maybe? Here we go. Where are those? So this one. Okay. There's number 1. And then here is number 2. Cool. Hopefully that was interesting to folks. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Let's do some more of these. Let's not be strangers, especially if we're stuck at home and feeling some of that cabin fever, feeling a little bit isolated. Sometimes stuff like this can be helpful. Next time I'll try to get some more folks on Skype, and we can have some interaction. But yeah, hopefully this was enjoyable for you, and yeah, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.